the mix. Sports mix. Yeah. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the sports mix with Kenny. News and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
Be in here. Let me clear my throat first.
Yeah.
Sports mix. Big Kenny in the building. Let me get myself together. Get it together. I'm all choked up. Ravens that won a game. I don't know how to act. How to act, man.
Exactly.
Beat the Cleveland Browns once again on Sunday.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Cleveland Brown fans. It got to be tough. It got to be tough, man. You know, especially when y'all lose to the Ravens, man.
Oh yeah.
I know they lose to the Ravens and be like, man, they're supposed to be out there. I had somebody say that to me. You know, we don't really even count these Browns no more. Our team is in Baltimore. I said, damn. Well,
Yeah, it's tough to let that stuff go, man. I just remember Colt fans, Baltimore Colt fans was pissed at the Indianapolis Colts for a long time.
yeah, they were.
They hated Bob Irsay, man, till the day he died.
Yeah, they pretty mean to that dude.
Yeah,
Well, understandable though.
I understand.
Understandably, you know, he was a bad dude. I watched the interview a couple days ago. Eric Dickerson. He talked about his time in Indianapolis with the Colts.
Yeah,
And he said, man, Irsay was not a good person.
yeah.
You know, he was not a good person. But you know, shout out to the Cleveland Browns fans, man. Boy.
They've been through some things, you know.
Yeah. You know, it's tough.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough. Tough for y'all to you know, just have to endure.
Mm-hmm.
So let me do it to you again.
5th and 1. Andrews spinning away, and there he goes! Andrews all the way! Touchdown! What a call by the Ravens! Patrick Ricard leading the way for Mark Andrews, his first career rushing touchdown.
Looking for an easier way to get that LLC
Game.
That was a hell of a call, wasn't it?
You know what? I was surprised. I was surprised that Dave pulled that out the hat
Yeah.
because I think was it last week where they did that formation. He pitched it to Lamar, and Lamar went in for the touchdown, right?
Yeah.
That was last week. So you had that in the bag, but for Andrews to turn it up, and you know, once again, Cleveland sold out on the tush push.
Yep.
They were trying to get the stop, the 1 yard stop, and he read it and turned that thing upfield. And Andrews moved pretty fast too.
He did.
You know, he got down there pretty good, man. But that was you know, and you know, the Ravens had been down pretty much the whole game. Shout out, you know, Cleveland defense played pretty strong. You know, I'm a Myles Garrett fan. He had like 4 sacks.
Right.
You know, and he would look real good in purple. Let me just keep saying that. You know, I don't know what we gotta do to get that up. Get him up, man. Well, God damn, he would look a whole lot better in purple than he do in brown. Hey, Myles Garrett, if you're watching, I know some realtors here in the state of Maryland and Baltimore, man, in particular.
Right.
You know, if you're looking for some property down here, and you know, I know where you can get some real good crab cakes, and you know, if you want to pick crabs, I know some spots too. You know, but hit me up,
Right.
hit my inbox, hit my inbox up, man. Let's talk.
I know he done watched the mix before, you know.
Yeah, for sure, yeah, for sure. You know, yeah, but Miles Garrett, uh, again, man, he played a hell of a game, and he is clearly first ballot material.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
when it's all said and done, man, he gonna be one of them ones. But you know, sometimes I mean, you feel for players, man, that he dedicated it to the city, stayed where he could have left. You know, did he stay for the purse? Was it the money that kept him? I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. But man, you know, that's a lot of talent. That's a Hall of Fame level talent. That's going to kind of get. If he don't get out of Cleveland, I don't see it getting no better. You know. Now, I think they need to have. I think they need a coaching change. I think they do need that.
And that guy been there for a few years too.
Yeah, he been there for a few years, and
And so
you know the problem with Cleveland is they can't get the quarterback right.
yeah.
You know, they can't get the quarterback situation right. I mean, you go from Baker Mayfield, they gave up on him. He's doing really well down there in Tampa Bay now.
Yep.
Uh, you got Massage Man,
Yeah, they gave up on him for the massage guy.
Deshaun Watson,
Right.
and he you know been injured, and you know he's still getting paid. Still getting paid. So he's still on the roster out there. You draft when you bring in Flacco
Right.
off season, you bring in Kenny Pickett in the off season, you draft Shadeur, you draft. I mean,
Right.
what are they doing?
They even had Tyler Huntley up there.
Huntley was in there for a minute,
Right.
you know. So again, man, this is not the Cleveland Browns show. So but you know, when you watch them, and again, for me, a guy like Myles Garrett, who is a Hall of Fame talent, clearly, you know, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer once it's all said and done. And you know, it's got to be frustrating to play at that level consistently, and I mean, you go into every game feel like you got a shot, you know, because if not, he wouldn't play as hard as he do. He comes in there, he plays hard. He had 4 sacks. You know, he was a menace. He you know he was getting in that backfield regular.
Yes.
You know, had a couple tackles for loss. You know, again, I don't want to sound like I'm a Cleveland fan by any stretch of the imagination, but damn, you know, it's just tough to watch a talent like this. Almost like Barry Sanders back in the day. You know, you watching Barry, and Barry just is highlight reel material every week. And for the most part, Detroit, they may have got out the first round one time in his
Right.
career, once or twice. It wasn't many, you know. But let's talk about the Ravens. Let's talk about the Ravens, man. Good win on Sunday. You know, got evened up 5-5 now. So after that 1-5 start, where you know the Key Bridge had security on both sides of that thing, man, for people trying to go jump off, and
It was a backup.
you know, yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know, people were selling PSLs, and
Everything, man.
you know, getting divorced. You know, a lot of people was leaving their families and stuff, man. They just couldn't take it.
Yeah, the domestic violence was at an all-time high. Got real crazy.
It got crazy out here.
It did.
And lo and behold, excuse me, they're getting healthy. You know, some players coming back from injury, they're getting healthy, and they done won 4 straight. You know, 4 straight dubs. They got the Jets. Is the Jets this week?
Yeah.
The Jets this week. Tyrod Taylor starting for the Jets.
Yeah.
Old former Raven, Super Bowl winning Raven. Tyrod Taylor. You know, so they got 7 more games left. 7 games left. So what? You know, so let's look at it. They got the Jets, Cincinnati, Pittsburgh,
That's
Cincinnati,
yeah.
New England, Green Bay, Pittsburgh. I mean, shoot, you want to go, you want to be over 500, of course. You want to get 5. You want to get to 10, 11 wins, I think.
Yeah.
10, 11 wins, I think, will get you in. You know, so I don't want to go down the list and say we can beat this one, we can beat that one. I don't want to do that. But they got 2 games next week. So you got Sunday against the Jets, and then Thanksgiving night against Cincinnati. 2 winnable games, of course, but let's play them one at a time. Let's do that. Let's play them one at a time. Well, what Chicago, excuse me, Cleveland, you know, played Cleveland Browns Sunday. Slow start, like offense really didn't get it kicked off. Couple field goals to keep them in the game. Cleveland had some momentum going in. Like I said, they were doing well on defense. Myles Garrett was getting to the quarterback. Was disrupting the run game in the backfield. And Tyler Loop kept them in the game. You know, he kicking field goals, made a couple field goals. So we were able to kind of just hang in there and then chip away at it in the second half. What were just kind of some of your thoughts
I
overall as of the game?
a little slow. Thank goodness we were playing Cleveland, whose offense is pretty inept at this point with those young quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as we talked earlier, Shadeur came in. Tough spot for him to be in. I guess that was probably his first regular season play.
Yep, that was it. That was his debut.
Debut there, and the starting quarterback, who had a concussion, or they was checking him out for the concussion. So, but it made me worry when I look at us playing a better team with a better quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Would have happened in that instance. So the bottom line is that the Ravens did win. I knew going into the game that this would be a major test for our offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland has a very strong. I mean, they have a really good defense, and their defensive line is really strong. And as you mentioned, Myles Garrett, who's probably the most dominant defensive player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
For the last couple of years. So I was very disappointed in the O-line play. I know Myles Garrett is a freak,
Mm-hmm.
You would think that we played them, and every time we played them, he seemed to do this to us. It just seemed like, scheme-wise, we'd be able to set up tight end on his side, chip him on every play and things like that. Whatever we were doing, it wasn't working.
Right.
And when you talk about 4 sacks, man, that's probably 4 offensive series that are done that he doesn't us. And not to mention, you mentioned a couple of tackles in the backfield, and there were numerous pressures.
Yes.
So. I'm looking at the long run for the Ravens. I'm still very much worried about that O-line. Even when Cleveland got the ball early in the game, they sort of just ran it down our throat.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That was bad.
That was real bad.
That was bad.
Yeah. It looked terrible, man. And I'm like, wow, man, this is it's not looking good here.
Mm-hmm.
And then also on the offensive side for us, I don't think Lamar's healthy. He don't look healthy to me.
Right.
And I know he did miss a practice or 2 during the week.
Mm-hmm.
about a sore knee or something, but I just don't. He just didn't look healthy to me in that
Right.
game. Um, um, so we definitely going to need. I'm just hoping whatever the problem is with Lamar, health wise, knee or whatever it is, I'm hoping that can heal up. The fact that they got 2 games, uh, this week coming up, I just hope he's healthy enough to get through both of those games without any issues.
Yeah.
But the when I think about that O line, I think about Derrick Henry breaking off that long run.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, he got down to around the 5-yard line or something like that. And I was, because of my fears of the offensive line, I'm like, man, please score.
Right.
Get in that end zone. When he don't get in the end zone, I think we leave that with 3 points.
Mm-hmm.
And even on that play that you just showed, and the play the previous week where they sort of pitched it,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to me, those plays come out of knowing that our offensive line is deficient.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's those plays are. There's some plays that you just can't do a basic push to get a yard.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get creative down there. So now that we're in the red zone, the Ravens got to get really creative to score most of the time. And, you wonder, how is that going to play out in the playoffs? How is that going to play playing a real good defensive team? So I've been hearing a lot about Mr. Falele. What's the other guard on the other side?
Well,
I
here we
can't
go.
think.
Here we go. Wait a minute. Yo, go ahead, keep going. I'm look
Yeah.
at it. I'm gonna look at it.
And I saw Rosengarten get tossed around a few times out there also. So
Yeah, well, you got
yeah,
Stanley. Stanley wasn't looking good.
no,
Filet of fish wasn't looking good.
no.
Linderbaum is okay.
Rosengarten was having his struggles. He was getting tossed around.
Yeah, yeah.
And then whoever that other guy is, I can't think of his name. 72.
It was Voorhees.
Voorhees. So I'm a little bit concerned there. A little bit concerned. I never felt like I felt like we were going to win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the Ravens had to come from behind, I felt like we were win that game. And again, at the end of the day, that's what you want. You want that win. We're still, I guess, a game behind the Steelers. We do play them a couple of times. We play Cincinnati a couple of times. So I think in the division, was this our first division game?
No, we beat Cleveland. We beat them before, so we played them twice.
So we're 2-0 in the
2-0
division.
in the division, yeah.
Yeah. So the bottom line is to go and win the division. You win the division, you get into the playoffs, and things can gel and stuff like that. But the key for me is we need Lamar to be healthy and clicking on all cylinders, because when he's super healthy, he can make that not so great offensive line be better than what it actually is.
Yeah. 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 He looked like we got a comment here. I don't want to jack your name up. But thanks for the comment. Appreciate it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, offensive line. I mean, I don't know how you improve it at this time of year. I know that they saying that the rookie Emory Jones is getting close.
Yeah.
From LSU. So he's supposed to be close to getting back. And he's a rookie though.
Right.
So you got the learning curve, so he should be an upgrade, at least over Filet of fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. I work hard to grow my beard. Thank you.
Yes.
You know, yeah, but yeah, filet o fish, as I call him, because he looked like a fish patty out there getting tossed around. You
Yeah.
know, and he always you always see him on the highlight, and they pointing him out. He missed a block.
Yeah.
He got pancaked. Something.
Yeah.
You know. So
Every game.
again,
Every game.
yeah, every game is something. Every game is something with him. But they didn't. I guess it wasn't a trade to be made, because if it was, they would have did it.
Yeah.
So there was no trades to be made on the offensive line. And I just think Stanley, who probably played his best football maybe Lamar's first couple years. And he just hadn't been healthy since.
Yeah.
He really hadn't been healthy since he got paid. You know what I'm saying? He hadn't been healthy since he got paid. I don't know if that's a correlation there, you know, but he been pretty much on the injured list, or missing games pretty much every season since they paid him. And was it him that they decided to keep over Orlando Brown, right?
Uh,
Or was
yeah.
it another tackle?
So Lando Brown wanted to be that left guard. I mean, that
Left
left
tackle.
wanted to be that left tackle,
Yeah.
and they had Stanley there. So yeah, they pretty much went with Stanley and honored Zeus Jr.'s request to be traded.
Yeah. Yeah. He's with Cincinnati now.
Yeah,
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 he's over there with Flacco.
yeah. I watched that live that Steeler Bengal game.
Hmm. Yeah. So I mean, that's going to be a big concern moving forward. Just the offensive line. Can they get better? Can they make the improvements that they're going to need in December? No, November and December. You gotta get the running game going. Um, like you say, Henry broke off Henry was over 100 yards for the game. It didn't look like it was a dominant game because he had the one big run.
Big run. Yeah,
But I like that Keaton Mitchell is getting back into the flow. I think he's a good offset. He's a quicker back. He can get to that corner and get to the outside. Once he get around the corner, it's not too much a lot of people can do. And he looked like he got that burst back. Remember when he first came up? I think one of his first couple runs he took off and scored a touchdown. Might have scored 2 touchdowns that game, if I'm mistaken. Because I know he kind of burst on the scene because he was undrafted, wasn't
yeah,
really highly touted. And his claim to fame was his father used to play for the Ravens.
exactly.
That was all the talk. His father was a Super Bowl winning Super Bowl on the Super Bowl Ross. He was a special teams guy.
Mm.
Anthony Mitchell played a little DB,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I think he's more of a special teams guy. But that was kind of the claim to fame when he first came up. Is that his dad was on the 2000 Super Bowl winning Ravens, and he's been fighting the injury bug the last couple of seasons, haven't quite been at 100%, and he's starting to look like to me getting that burst back. Some of them runs that he had, you kind of can see that speed, and I like what I'm seeing from him. Um, I know Hill was out this week; he was
yeah,
hurt, but I like what I seen from Rasheem Ali.
yeah. I like Ali.
Ali had got a couple runs. He getting some runs on specials.
Yeah,
So he's stepping up pretty good. You got Ricard back, who is a big vital piece of that line. I mean, well, he's not a lineman, but
yeah,
either extra lineman that we have. He kind of opened up some things for Derrick Henry and the running back and Lamar, of course. You know, But I'm in agreement with you, man. That Lamar does not look like he's 100%. You know, even on some of his runs,
Yeah, yeah.
he not getting away from people like he used to. Andrew, what's going on? Welcome to the Sports Mix. Yeah, but you know, he to me, I mean, you know, you're not nobody gonna be 100% healthy. You know, this time of year anyway. You got the wear and tear. He already missed a couple games with the injury, and you know, I just hope that he's not compensating.
Mhm.
You know how they go, man. You're not
Yeah,
100%. You kind of not going hard one way to protect you the other way, and then down the road you kind of make it worse. You know, so I'm just hopeful that you know, Lamar, man, is able to uh fight whatever bug he has. And then again, after this 2 weeks, if he's able to get through these two games, he got an extended rest period. You know, we're having not having to play the following Sunday. So
yeah,
they'll play Sunday and then they'll play again Thursday night. And then hopefully, you know, he'll be able to get some rest and come back, you know, for that stretch run. And again, the schedule is not because you got 4 division games in the remaining 7. So 4 of them against division opponents. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. You got 2 games each against Cincinnati and Pittsburgh, and they all back to back. So you got Cincinnati, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati that'll be in a 3-game stretch.
yeah.
You know, so that's going to be a tough stretch. You know, anytime you play in a division opponent, as we can see, as we just saw Sunday, you know, don't matter what the record is,
No.
it's going to be a competitive game, and you know, people, you know, we you know how we do, man. As fans, we look at, oh, that's just Cleveland, you know. But you never take nobody for granted, especially within the division. You know, 'cause these are teams that know you the best. They see you twice every year.
Absolutely.
You know, they become like grudge matches. You know, and there's still that thing with Cleveland, and we were in Cleveland this week. You know, Cleveland still got that thing, man. You know, we stole that team from them. So you know, in the season that they not playing well, it's like the Super Bowl for them. You know, beat
Yeah,
Baltimore,
yeah.
beat Baltimore. You know,
They haven't forgotten.
no, they haven't forgot.
They haven't
They
forgotten.
haven't forgot. And I told you, I had somebody tell me, you know, this version of the Cleveland Browns, we don't even fool with them. Our team is in Baltimore, and we still sick about that. So, well, you know, I'm sorry to hear that. Wish I could say something to make you feel better, but I don't want to do that. You know, why would I do that?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, I'm a Ravens fan. You know, sorry.
yeah. You know, coming into the season, the O line. I had concerns about the O line. I mean, for Lele, man. I mean, to me, you draft this guy, you draft him as a tackle. He was a right tackle coming in, and again, clearly the man couldn't move fast enough to be a tackle. I don't know what he 6'7". Well, I don't know what he is. He
He about 6'8", 6'7", 6'8". Sorry,
yeah.
sorry for your loss there, Andrew. Well, welcome to the podcast. Really condolences to your family.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Rest in peace. Losing your mom is always one of the biggest L's in life. In life,
Falele is listed at 6'8",
6'8". Yeah, I don't know what his weight is, man, but he's way up there in weight, and I just didn't understand
370.
370 how he
Yeah.
was going to be able to be a tackle, dealing with these quick pass rushes, and so immediately I said, well, maybe he can play guard. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and after a while they did move him to the inside, but it's not working out that well. I think that one I don't know, maybe it was 2 years ago when Zeitler and Moses and there was another lineman, all three of them left.
Yeah.
A couple of them went to the Jets, and the other lineman left. And I thought that was a risky move on the Ravens' part to allow 3 starting linemen to leave at the same time. Is like, okay, how are you going to replace these guys? Well, replace them with Falele and 72. I know we just said his name before the show. I always forget his name. Voorhees.
Yeah, boys. Yeah.
You replaced them with those 2. You did get Linderbaum in the center. I think the other one that left was the center. Went down to Carolina Panthers. Can't remember his name now, but I just thought that was a risky move to let 3 starting linemen go at one time. You do get the Linderbaum, but to replace them with Falele and this guy. Well, before it was Patrick McCarry, who he was a jack of all trades guy, but as far as him just being in there as a starter, I didn't think he performed all that well. Here we are still trying to get that offensive line straight. When you have number 8 back there, to me, you make sure that you protect that guy, and you got number 22 back there. I mean, the offensive line, man, to me, it's a priority, because if that offensive line is straight and tight and good, I mean, you could basically outscore any team. I mean, even the defense is a little suspect in some spots. You can outscore the team. You can put points on the board, and that's why I question Eric DeCosta's strategy in dealing with that offensive line. Even when you go to the draft itself and look at who they have been drafting as offensive linemen, they got Linderbaum with the Marquise Brown trade. Great move. But other than that, I mean, they drafted the guy from LSU, Brown.
Yeah.
Brown Jones.
Emory Jones.
They drafted Emory Jones in the 3rd round. And did they draft him hurt, or he got hurt after he got here?
I think he got hurt after he got here.
Okay, yeah, he's been hurt pretty much.
He's been hurt pretty much since the summertime.
And I mean, they did draft Rosengarten, and I think they got him in the 2nd round. But the Ravens' 2nd round pick is all the way at the bottom of the 2nd round, and there were so many offensive linemen that came off the board before they were able to select Rosengarten. And even though he had a pretty good rookie season, I don't think he's been that good this year. Slump or whatever they call it. But I think that when it comes to Eric DeCosta and the Ravens, upper management, I don't like the way that they've dealt with the offensive line, because I'm trying to protect number 8.
Yeah, at all costs.
At all costs. Yeah.
So, and that's what I said from the beginning. From the beginning of the season, is the offensive and defensive lines have to get better. They got to get better, both sides of the ball. The offensive, defensive lines. For sure, the offensive line. The defensive line, I've seen some improvement. At least they're getting to the quarterback. They are putting some pressure on the quarterback. Some of the younger players are starting to. Mike Green has been playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Coming off the end.
And losing Van
Noy.
Yeah,
Van Noy's been playing pretty solid since he's been back from injury. Roquan Smith has been playing better in the middle since he got back from injury. Simpson made a play Sunday. I believe he got a sack, if I'm not mistaken, Trenton Simpson.
Yeah, he was definitely made a play. The boy they brought in, the boy they brought in with the trade.
Yeah. What's his name?
He's Jones.
Yeah, forgive me.
Yeah, these names, right?
With the names. I feel like old teacher.
Yeah, he's been a nice addition to the team.
Yeah, for sure.
For
sure. So,
and also just want to mention that it is tough to replace a guy like Matabike.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you know that
For
guy
sure.
all pro guy, had a phenomenal season, and now he's got this injury, season ending, and they're worried about his career. So trying to replace a guy like that has been a huge challenge for the Ravens, and quite frankly, I don't think they're going to replace a guy like that this year.
Nah, you can't replace him.
Sam.
You know, but I like what I've been saying on the defensive line a little bit. You know, as far as getting pressure on the quarterback, because that was just not even happening. They weren't getting no pressure on the quarterbacks.
Right.
You know, the DBs was kind of left out there to cover for seemed like an eternity, and you get beat after a while because DB can't cover but so long back there, and but the DBs are making some plays, which Wiggins is starting to assert himself as a veteran type player only in his second season. Uh, Awuzie, is that how you say his name?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awuzie is starting to make some plays. He played big minutes Sunday because of what's his name was out of there? Humphrey.
Humphrey.
Humphrey was out, so Awuzie got a lot of burn. Kyle Hamilton is Kyle Hamilton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say this about Kyle Hamilton too. Before he done, man, I think he gonna get a defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
He got that kind of ability. He gonna get a player of the year defensively in NFL before he's done, man. He is a Raven. He is a Raven. If you had to, if somebody asked you to I guess draw a picture of a Raven or describe a Raven, Kyle Hamilton he'd be in that group of guys with Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Suggs.
Yeah.
He in that mode of a defensive player.
He's that next one.
And all three of those guys got defensive players of the year.
He's that next one.
Yeah. I definitely, man. Kyle Hamilton, man.
He's on a straight course to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, for sure. Barring injury.
Yes.
Barring a major injury, man, he is definitely going to be one of them ones. Bink, what's up, Bink? Who you talking about with the Ring of Fame? I missed the name. Somebody we was talking about. He said Ring of Fame.
I think talking about Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely gonna be Ring of Fame, but he gonna be Hall of Fame for sure.
Yeah. What's up, Ben?
He on this pace, man. He gonna be in the Hall.
I agree.
So I like what I've been saying. Just from the back end on the defense, the defensive line, they're getting a little pressure. Like I say with Van Noy back, who was the leading sack leader last year, or one of them. Yeah, Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, for sure. He definitely ring worthy.
So it made me wonder. It made me wonder. When we talk about that Ravens defense at the Cleveland game, and we talked a little bit early before coming online about how Cleveland sort of ran the ball down their throats the first couple of times they had the ball. It kind of makes me wonder when you think about the Ravens defense. They're going against Cleveland. I definitely would not have been worried about them throwing the ball.
Yeah.
So I would think that the scheme coming into the Cleveland game is stop the run.
Yeah.
Make this guy Gabriel throw against us, this rookie quarterback, and they ran the ball down their throat a couple of times. They weren't able to. I don't think they were able to get it into the end zone, but that stuff kind of concerns me. Especially when you think about a team that's coming in that can run and throw.
Yeah.
So those things kind of, I get worried about that. And again, I'm always looking at the Ravens from a playoff perspective when you're playing the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, early in the year when we were playing some of the better teams, we didn't fare too well. We got beat up pretty good, and then a lot of the injuries came on board. Um, but yeah, and again, you talking about missed tackles. Banks said missed tackles, absolutely.
Mhm.
Um, but again, I'm feeling good about the Ravens moving forward and sort of um, taking over the division lead and getting into the playoffs. And I kind of like us being sort of underdogs anyway. Um, a lot of times when we had them 15-2 records and top seed and all that stuff, I don't know what happens under those circumstances, but we'll see
Mhm.
uh, if we're not. And I don't think there's no way we're going to be, like a top seed this year.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, we're gonna ride this thing out.
Yeah, and them missed tackles, man. I can hear Vince Lombardi now. Everybody grabbing, just grabbing. When you watch these dudes whiffing, man, I'm like, come on, man,
Yeah,
come on, man.
yeah.
You're not. That's not Derrick Henry you trying to tackle.
Be watching the game and you be trying to make the tackle for him.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, man. So tackling is definitely something that's frustrating with watching the Ravens, man. Just again, I've said it a couple times, man. We just got spoiled, man. Over the years, man. You talking about Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Suggs, them boys, man. Them boys was tackling machine.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They wasn't missing too many open field tackles, you know, and a lot of them ended up on the highlight reel,
Yeah.
So we kind of got spoiled, man, with that. But you figure at least I mean wrap up. Wrap up, make the tackle, man. But get him to the ground. Stop all this grabbing and reaching. You know, all this reaching stuff, man. Get in, make some tackles, man. It's great. The cold weather is here, so it's time now to really lock in and play some defense, defense. You know, like you say, we Lamar don't look like he 100%, and I'm not gonna wish nothing else. I'm just because we need to be 100%, or at least healthy. Now, let me not say 100. We just need to be healthy going into December.
But you made a real good point, man. You said that a little earlier. You said you're hoping that Lamar is not compensating for one thing and leading to
Mhm.
something else. Early in the year they said he had a hamstring injury.
Yeah,
Now they talking about he didn't practice because his knee was
yeah,
sore. I
yeah.
mean, one thing could lead to the other.
Mhm.
So I'm just hoping that number 8 can be healthy. Obviously, Lamar Jackson at 75% is is still having somebody back there that's pretty good.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just yeah, protect that man. We definitely don't want him to get hurt.
Mm-mm.
You feel a little bit better with Tyler Huntley. Playing other than Cooper Rush. I think the offensive line and its weakness, it clearly, I think Huntley is a little bit better because of the mobility than what Cooper Rush could do.
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. So we walk away with the dub versus the Browns on Sunday. The Jets on the clock. New York Jets on the clock here. I guess the Jets in rebuild mode now, right? They trading away some guy. They traded Sauce Gardner, a couple other guys before the trading deadline.
Boy, what Quentin
Um,
went to Dallas?
yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, again, there's no gimmies in the NFL. I'm not counting the win. I know they got it. The Ravens got to show up. The Ravens got to come out there and play. You know, uh, don't look at what's going on with the Jets at this time. Come in there focused on what needs to be done. Because we still, you're playing from behind, so you get that slow start, that 1-5 start, and now you got to exert a lot of energy to get back to 500.
A lot of pressure.
It's a lot of pressure on them. So you got the 500. So now every game is basically a playoff game. You're trying to get into the tournament. You're trying to get into the dance at this point. So every game moving forward is an indicator of, what's going to happen in December, January. So that, like I say, you got the Jets this week, and then next Thursday you got Jets Sunday, and then next Thursday you got Cincinnati. So you got 2 games next week, two winnable games, but they 2 games that you can't just go in there and expect to win them. You can't go in there and just mark the wins down. You got to go out there and beat these teams. The good thing is both of the games are home games. So you kind of, your rest is a little better. You can get your treatment and all that stuff. You ain't got to worry about traveling and getting guys healthy. So you got 2 home games back to back in next week, and then we get into December. It's a December football after that, and right out the gate, Pittsburgh come to town. So you got to think about this too. With a 5-5 start, these next games are crucial. Keeping pace, and you're a game behind Pittsburgh, right, for the division lead. But in December, they got 2 home games in December, and then you got 3. 3 of your last 5 games are on the road. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 of the last 5 are on the road. So you got, in December, you got Pittsburgh and you got New England here in Baltimore. You got to travel to Cincinnati. You got to travel to Green Bay, and it's going to be cold up there in December. In Green Bay might be snowing up there. You never know what you're going to get up there that time of year. And then the last game of the season is at Pittsburgh. Which could have division implications. At that, what I'm saying? The last game, the division could come down to the very last game of the season on the road.
Major implications, yeah.
So again, man, we had the rough start, and it was bleak. It was bleak in town, man. I mean, it wasn't looking good at all. The morale was down in the city, man, and you know how they do. People was throwing away their jerseys and burning them, and moving out. Separating, couples getting separated and divorced, man. Families all discombobulated. Nobody want to come over for Sunday dinner no more.
Yeah. A lot of empty seats down there at the bank.
Yeah, they selling tickets off and
right. It was
all
rough.
that old kind of stuff, man.
It was rough.
Yeah, people was actually going to church.
Right, and didn't mind the preacher speaking overtime. Preach on, Pastor. I ain't worried about no Ravens.
Binky said they was on window ledges and everything. Yeah, they window ledges. Yeah, they had security on both sides of the Key Bridge. People trying to just jump off that thing.
Tough time. A lot of them forgot the bridge wasn't in there no more.
Yeah, they said the bridge. I ain't even know they forgot the bridge wasn't there. He said, I just need to get there to get off it.
Exactly.
And I ain't even trying to get to the other side of it.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm gonna jump off right at the end of
it. And think about it. 1-5 and now 5-5.
How about that,
man?
How about that?
Yeah.
How about that?
So that was quick. I mean, they got the 500 as quick as they possibly could.
Yeah. So it's a new season now.
What's a new season? New
season now. Like I say, every game matters.
And you can't take the Jets lightly, like you mentioned. And a couple of ex-Ravens on there that's trying to prove a point.
Mm-hmm.
Got Tyrod Taylor. They done bumped the starting quarterback, and Tyrod Taylor's going to start. Former Raven quarterback, and like you mentioned, he was on that 2012 team, right?
Yeah. He was on the Super Bowl team.
Yeah, he backed up Flacco, and then the cornerback that we let go, who's apparently having an outstanding season, according to those PFF ratings. He's one of the highest. I think I saw a statistic that said he was the highest rated corner over the last 4 games that was previous to this week's game.
Oh wow.
So he's been playing some really good football. I don't know what the impact is going to be now that Sauce is gone. But these guys going to come in and want to prove a point, and they want to show, the Baltimore fan base and the Ravens in general, hey, you made a mistake by letting me go, by not paying me. So
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see how they go.
Yep. So Jets come to town Sunday, 1:00 start. Down at the bank. Thursday is Thanksgiving, and Cincinnati come to town. So we'll be here Tuesday to talk about the Jets game.
Did you mention that maybe on the last show I thought you mentioned that there was a chance that what's his name might be Joe for
Joe
Cincinnati.
Burrow. Joe
Yeah.
Burrow. Yeah, the target game for him is the Ravens.
Yeah.
So I saw some video of him practicing.
Okay.
That was last week. So I saw him out there on the practice field, but they targeted his comeback for Thanksgiving night
Yeah.
against the Ravens.
Yeah.
And Flacco been playing pretty good.
Yeah. No question.
Well, Joe Flacco showed up Sunday
He did.
against Pittsburgh. The
he's
Flacco we remember.
Yeah, we remember. Yeah. Right.
He showed up Sunday.
I was pulling
But,
for him to beat them Steelers.
Yeah. I needed him to have one of them outstanding games against the Steelers.
Yeah.
And not so much. So I just need him to keep that up.
What was did you hear what the extent of Steelers starting quarterback was? I know he didn't finish the game.
I did not. I haven't heard anything else on Aaron Rodgers.
Kind of hand injury or something.
Yeah, I haven't heard any updates.
Yeah.
On him. I can look right now while we're talking.
Yeah.
Because I kind of forgot that he went out of the game because the game got away.
Yeah.
It was they beat up on him pretty bad. So
yeah, Rudolph came in and did solid. He played solid. But Cincinnati ain't known for defense.
So they say he doesn't need surgery, and he may play against the Bears this Sunday.
Okay.
So I guess he day to day.
Yeah.
Day to day right now.
And I would imagine that the Steelers would be favored against the Bears.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm pulling for the Bears. I'm pulling for the Bears and the Bears have been playing some pretty good football last few weeks.
Yeah, they have.
So I'm looking for them to continue what they've been doing on the upward path and beat up on the Steelers and do us a solid. I mean, then we beat up on the Bears, didn't we?
Yeah, and I think they had won 4 straight when they came to play us.
Yeah, that was matter of fact, that was the start of our winning streak.
Start right there.
Yeah, the Bears. So yeah, go.
And then when you really, I know we look at the Ravens and we're looking at things and we're worried about certain things and we're critical of their play in a lot of ways because I mean we're huge Ravens fans. But if you look at the AFC this year, I mean like Kansas City's in trouble as far as making playoffs. They're struggling. I think they're at 5-5 and doesn't look like they definitely not going to win the division. So if they do make it, they'll have to make it as a wild card team. I know Buffalo is doing their thing, and Josh Allen scored 6 TDs this past week. But Tampa played them tough. Buffalo's defense is not all that great. They don't really scare me, Buffalo. They don't scare me that much. So, and I know the Colts, been playing well. But I just think that the AFC is kind of open. You got San Diego over there, Denver. Denver's been playing some really good ball. But I still don't see teams that just really scare me. So this Baltimore football team can get a rhythm. They've won 4 in a row, if they can continue to keep this momentum going, get this rhythm, who knows, man? You know, you get into those playoffs, anything can happen.
Yeah, yeah, and that's it. Just getting the dance.
Yeah, getting the
You know,
dance.
getting the dance and take your chances. You know, and that's the thing. You know, get in the dance, and your choice, your chances are just as good as anybody else.
Yeah,
The thing I've always said, the thing I always have said is, you want to be playing your best football in December, going into playoff time. That's when you want to be clicking on all cylinders. You know, so like you say, you know, getting back healthy, you know, getting guys back healthy in the last few weeks, you know, getting some better play on the defensive side, which was horrible early on in the season. If that might not even be the right adjective or description to put on it. It might have been worse than horrible. You know,
yeah,
it was just downright pathetic.
yes, it was.
And you know, I've been hard on Zach Orr. I've been hard on him, and this is November, and he still got a job.
Yeah,
You know, and he's a praying. He got to be a praying man. You know, he got to be a praying man because there's no way that brother's supposed to have a job
right.
past Halloween is what I said. I think I said the bye week and then Halloween.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and
He
that
was on that
brother,
hot seat, though.
huh?
He was on the hot seat.
Oh, his seat was burning hot.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, his seat was scorching.
Yes, it
You
was.
know, and he made it up through it. You know, it had a couple pretty good defensive efforts out there. And I said, okay, Zach, all right, I see you. But I know at the end of the season there's gonna be some evaluation going on. You know, I know when they do the evaluation of the coaches and all that, his interview is gonna be interesting. I like to be part of that. You know, they put me on the cleanup crew. I just take a job dumping trash or something. Just
So you can listen in.
I can listen in. I just want to hear, you know, you know, because I'm telling you, y'all can go back and look. The videos are up on YouTube. I was not pulling for Zach Orr at all. As a matter of fact, I think it was that Rams game. No. It was the Texans game. That was ugly.
Yeah,
I said his office should have been cleaned out that night. I said he shouldn't even make it back to Monday. He should be out of there tonight.
yeah. That was
You know.
embarrassment. That game.
And when I woke up Monday morning on my cruise, but nonetheless, I was scrolling. I was looking for it. I was like, it's got to be some breaking news here. It's got to be. You know, it's got to be. I sound like little Michael Jackson on Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. You gotta believe me.
God, see me, fellas.
Get him out of here.
Right. I really did. I really.
Ah, well, Zach, you made it. You know, you made it through, man. So I'm gonna ease up off you a little bit.
Shout out.
Ease up off you. You know, I know you're watching. You know, but yeah, just understand. We just want what's best for the team. You know, is that the best way to say
Yeah, that's politically correct.
it? We want we just want what's best for the team, man.
Yeah,
It
that's
ain't personal. You know, I don't pay your salary.
Mm.
You know, but I know that the man that does wasn't pleased with some of that.
Oh no.
You
Mm-mm.
know.
No.
So we got to see Shadeur Sanders got his first NFL action
Yeah.
Sunday in the second half against the Ravens. You know, much talked about young fella. You know, fifth round draft pick, which you know we've already talked about that how ridiculous that was that he even lasted that long, and to get drafted by, in my opinion, one of the worst organizations in all of sports. You know, and that's just me talking. If you don't share that opinion, hey, that's I I don't know what you're watching. You know, I'm gonna have to say I'm 100% correct on this, and I'm it's not enough for debate.
And
Cleveland organization is horrible.
yeah, and you're right. I mean, and you're right. I mean, you know, we've been watching Colorado. It's just not us.
No,
There was a large amount of football fans that paid attention to Colorado. Colorado was getting a lot of airplay on some, nationally televised games and things like that. Dion brings that, and so the fact that Shadeur went in the fifth round, there's a large fan base that saw the man play,
yeah,
that knew he was good.
yeah,
You knew this guy was a quality quarterback. So the fact that he dropped to the fifth round, that man, you talk about some collusion going on
yeah,
now.
yeah. That was some nonsense. You
So
know.
how you think he did in his first game?
Well, I think I think he showed some potential. Um, from my understanding, he wasn't getting any reps with the first team throughout the week.
You know,
Which I again I saw I forget who I saw on a clip this week. Just yesterday morning I saw somebody. I forgive me for not knowing who it was, but in the NFL it was Cam Newton. It was Cam Newton. So Cam was saying, even when he was at his best, in his prime, his backup was Derek Anderson, who played here in Baltimore for a minute. And he said Derek Anderson always got 8 to 12 plays with the offense during the week, or I guess during a practice time
with the first team.
with the first team,
Okay.
because you just never know, and if you always one play away from your backup being in the game, so it just makes sense to have him
Yeah.
somewhat prepared, and that sometimes the offensive line understand his cadence, because the cadence is going to be different from Dylan Gabriel. You know what I'm saying? So you get to understand his cadence a little bit. You kind of understand how he directs the huddle, and all the little things that fans sometimes don't pick up on, but just that familiarity with him, and for him not to have been getting those repetitions, and then to come into the game and to at least he looked comfortable to me. He didn't look like he was, he didn't look like he was out of place. He didn't look like they were speeding him up. He held on to the ball a little bit too long a few times. I guess just trying to make something happen downfield. And he got sacked a couple times. Um, I think he threw a pick. He threw a pick, which looked like it just the pressure, putting the pressure on him just kind of made him throw a pass that he probably, if he looked at the film, he probably would take it back. You know, I think I've always thought he would be a good professional quarterback. You know, um, I think that he did well for under the circumstances. From my understanding, he's gonna be the starter this week,
Okay.
which means at least that's what I've seen so far. Which means that he should get the first team reps all week. You know what I'm saying? So, and then he get a game plan for him. So again, if you're not practicing with the first team, you're not part of the game plan. You kind of got to come in with the game plan that was already put out there, which is for the other quarterback. Something that some of the commentators picked up on, or maybe just some of the talking heads, was that at least he was trying to go downfield. Gabriel is not going downfield much. I think they said Gabriel averaging like 5 yards per attempt
Yeah. Very
on a
low.
pass. But that's horrible for a starting quarterback
Very low.
in the NFL. So, Shador was trying to go downfield a little bit. Um, I think, man, once he he has a week under his belt with the first team. I think he's going to do well. I think
Who
he's
they
going to do
play?
well in the NFL.
I wonder who they play. Cleveland.
I can look it up.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I'm
I'll look it up.
interested to see how he does. And I took a liking to Shadeur. Watching Colorado play the last couple of years, and he's a talented dude, man. So as we talked a little earlier, it was a little bittersweet, and Zach sending the blitz at him multiple times, and
Mhm.
he had to deal with that pressure, and this was actually his very first NFL game. I mean,
Yeah.
he's never played a down before in the NFL. So you throw him out there in the middle of a game because of Gabriel's being observed for a concussion,
Mhm.
uh, and you get thrown right into a tight football game against the Ravens, and your very very first game. So I don't know what the expectations were. I know some of the fans been calling for him, but I agree. He probably should be a little bit more under control and a little bit more in command after spending the
Yeah.
whole first
And
team.
they go to Vegas this week.
Okay,
So
okay,
they playing out in Las Vegas
yeah,
against the Raiders this Sunday at 4 o'clock. So uh, Raiders are struggling.
yeah,
They do have what's his name? They can get after the quarterback.
yeah. Crosby, Max.
Crosby, yeah, Crosby can get after that quarterback. So um, I'm sure he gonna have his wings pinned back,
Oh yeah,
trying to get after Shador if he's the starter. Even if Gabriel was the starter, he coming after him.
oh yeah, oh yeah.
He coming after whoever they got back there. Um, so Raiders again, they struggling. They are struggling this week. Well, this year, excuse me. So let me see. Makes NFL. I'm trying to see if he's gonna start. I think I saw somewhere where he is starting this week, which I think they should just go that route anyway. Go ahead and start him. We've seen Gabriel a couple games. I mean, he hadn't looked terrible, but he don't look like he's a franchise quarterback. I didn't see that from Gabriel in any of the games that I saw him play in. So, you know, and again, it's what is the organization trying to do?
Yeah.
You got 2 5th-round quarterbacks. Yeah, come on, man. This is, if you're watching from Cleveland, tell me, man, what is the feeling out there in Cleveland, man? Like
It's
with this football team. I just need to know from somebody that's right there on the ground, man, that's just like really locked in and tuned into the team. What is going on out there?
are they does the massage guy does he have a chance to come back this year? What condition is he in?
Yeah, I don't think this year.
Really?
I don't think he come back this year.
Mm,
My understanding is they really don't want to play him, but they paying him.
right,
They get like 45 million this year.
man,
You know,
boy, man. That's some sweet money.
yeah.
All you got to do to get that money is rehab.
Think of the massages you can get with that kind of money.
Oh man, and I wonder if him and Tucker had a conversation. I wonder if Tucker's people reached out to his people to see how to deal with this situation. I know if they
Yeah.
didn't reach out, I know they studied his situation.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of the resolution was with the checkbook.
yeah,
You
I,
know,
yeah. I think so.
I don't know. I don't know if Tucker. I mean, I know he got a nice little piece of paper when he was here.
Right.
I don't think he got that kind. He don't have quarterback money. He don't have quarterback money. But it's gonna be interesting to see, who take a shot on him coming down the stretch.
Right.
I think I saw a fake report said Green Bay, and I researched it. I didn't see nothing else on it. So I think that was a fake. when I heard that San Francisco was interested,
Yeah.
but I haven't heard nothing about a signing. And he's eligible to be signed at this point, you know. So um yeah, you just gotta lay on your stomach when you go get them massages, man. You can't be on your back getting massages, brother. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Gotta behave yourself, man. Gotta behave yourself, man.
Yeah, you can't be out there cutting up.
Nah, man. I don't get it. And when you talk about these athletes with all the money that they have, I mean, whatever their wildest fantasies might be, they got the means to make it happen.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
don't even know why you're gonna go up in a massage room and you know do what allegedly they did. So just doesn't make sense.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Did you see? Did you see Wemby dunk on Draymond Green?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
First of all, Draymond looked like he was about 5'9", guarding Wemby. I ain't
yeah.
never seen Draymond look so small before in my life.
Right, right.
Inbound play.
Yeah, inbound. He trying to bully that man. That Wemby said, "Okay, stay right here."
Right.
Wham!
Yes, he did. Now,
Yeah,
my understanding is that the dunk didn't count in the game, but it, it happened. So from a fan perspective, that's all we needed to see. It happened.
it surely looked good.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
surely looked good. I was impressed.
Then he got in his face and talked.
Yeah, yeah. He's talking a little smack to him too.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, he's talking a little smiggity smack.
I loved it, man. Wonder how much Wemby weighed, man. I mean, he about 7'11". But how
Yeah,
much that,
yeah. He got to be. He
that
got to
guy
be about 225 ish.
like that? Yeah, the skill level is off the charts. Just off the charts, man.
What's his name? Wimbiana.
That's why I call him Wemby.
Yeah. Let me
Uh,
see. Let me see. 7'4". Let's see how much he weigh. About Wimby's weight, 236 pounds.
Okay, okay.
So he'll probably get up. Eventually, he'll probably get up to about 250.
Yeah, he gonna be gaining muscle every year.
Get him in that weight room. He gonna be about 250. He gonna
Yeah,
be built like Giannis.
yeah,
And that with his skills, that could be pretty scary.
yeah. That is scary.
Because his skill level is
Yeah,
for a guy his size, man. I'm thoroughly impressed
pretty amazing.
with his skill set. And he's getting better. He's getting better every week. This was his third season.
Yeah, yeah. He showed a lot in those Olympics. Also, he got
Yeah,
for France, and it's definitely carried over into this season. And uh, he, man, his highlights are crazy this year.
yeah, yeah. He definitely on a different wavelength this year. You know, just and it's sometimes with potential it's just hard to tell. How these guys gonna end up, how they going what's plane they on.
Hmm.
Because they said skill wise, my new bowl son is skill wise about the same, and he just not getting opportunity. For whatever reason.
Okay.
I don't know what that is, but they say skill wise, he's just as skilled as Wimby, for a bigger guy. But he's just not getting those opportunities, man. It
Well,
happens, man.
So you said that was Manu Bowles' son?
Yeah, Bowl.
Oh, okay, that's his son, huh?
Yeah, that's Manu's boy.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
What team he on?
Let me check him out. I don't know where he at this year.
So he ain't. So he not. So they actually saying that his skill level is close to Wemby's.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. I've heard a couple people say that.
Wow.
He's only 26 years old. And I don't even think he's in the league right now. He was with Phoenix last year. I don't think he's with nobody this year,
Okay.
according to what I'm looking at here. Yeah. 7'3", 220 pounds.
Mm.
But yeah, I've heard quite a few people who watch it a little more closely than I do. Watch him a little closer than I have. Just talking about his skill set,
Mm-hmm.
not the production, but this the skill set. That he has, that he's on the same level skill wise with Wemby.
Wow.
Now we know how that goes, man. Sometimes it's you're not in the right situation to exploit your talents. You never know. You never know what it is. And like I said, I don't follow him enough to really know or to say with some intelligence, what his skills are or not.
Right.
I've just heard that he was on that level skill wise. You know, um, yeah, but
Yeah.
it's all about the opportunity.
Well,
You know,
when back in the day when I was out there running around on the court, it was for me. It was who I played with
hmm
more than who I played against. That was the worry.
yeah,
You um, you can get on a team, and if them other four dudes around you, if that connection ain't there, uh, your game can definitely be thrown off.
yeah, for sure,
Got
for
nothing to
sure.
do with the side, so sometimes you just got to be in the right place,
hmm
got to be in the right place and have the right kind of folks scheming, setting up things. Just like the boy we talked about, the cornerback up there with the Jets. It didn't work out with him with the Ravens. He go with New York, and he's playing some really great ball. So you just never know. Sometimes you just got to be in the right situation, got to be at the right place at the right time.
One of their cornerbacks just got shot
Who? One of
for the Jets.
the Jets.
Chris Boyd.
So he out.
Yep, he got shot 2 days ago, Sunday.
They traded Sauce. This boy got shot. I might need to go up there and try out for the rest
Yeah,
of the season, man.
they need some help right now.
I mean, if I can make the practice squad, man, that squad money would be righteous money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, he out. I'm sure he out this week.
Well,
I'm
I don't.
trying to see who came from the Ravens. Um, Let me see. You see a cornerback
What's that?
that came from the Ravens.
Oh no, yeah. The one that we that signed with the Jets in all season. Number 21. I don't know why I can't remember names, man.
Yeah, we suck at that.
Yeah, it was with the
Yeah,
Ravens this year. He covered pretty well, but he wouldn't turn around. He
yeah.
would never turn around, man.
Yeah, I remember that too because he was getting picked on.
Yeah,
We used to beat him up on here.
yeah. We used to beat him up, man, all year long.
I'm gonna get his name in a minute.
Everybody was picking on him.
I'm
So,
gonna have his name in a second.
so he definitely out to
Oh,
prove.
Brandon Stevens.
Brandon Stevens, there you
Brandon
go.
Stevens. Yeah.
He out to prove something this week.
Yeah, let's go, Brandon.
Right.
No, wait. What am I saying?
Let's go.
No, not this week.
Right.
I need Zay to go off.
Brandon Stevens probably got us on this hit list.
I'm sure he do.
I know he done
I'm
watched.
sure he do.
I know he done tuned in and heard us
Yeah,
talk bad about him.
yeah. I'm sure. Hey, Brandon. We just call him like we see him, brother. It ain't personal.
Don't take it personal.
It ain't personal, man. You know. Hey, you look. You don't want to make millions of dollars to play football. We just talking about it.
That's right. You got a fat contract with the Jets.
You know. Yeah, don't take this stuff personal.
Nah,
I ain't nobody but Kenny. You know what I mean?
right.
I ain't nobody.
Don't
Ain't
take it.
nobody tripping off me. especially those millionaires.
Right.
Yeah, I ain't tripping off me.
Right.
But yeah, you was in the crosshairs a lot last season.
Absolutely.
Boy, Stevens can't cover. He couldn't cover the bed if you gave him a blanket.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
You know. Yeah, so I hope he continues that this week against the Ravens. As we gonna have Lamar and company. Let's get a Jackson 5 this week.
Yeah, it'd be
It's
nice.
been a little while since we had one. Going on into Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Turkey Day for some. I don't know. What everybody else do. You know, but football day, of course. In the NFL, you're gonna get the Lions and whoever, and the Cowboys and whoever, and then the Ravens and Bengals for the nightcap. While y'all digesting all that turkey and pie and
Oh yeah.
cakes and all whatever y'all having.
Gearing up for Black Friday.
Black Friday, yeah, all that foolishness.
Right.
Sit back and watch some Ravens football. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a game Friday as well.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Black Friday game. Let me see who's playing in that.
Oh.
Because the NFL not gonna miss an opportunity to make some money.
Nah, they know what they're doing.
Let me see. Black Friday. Dun, 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 dun. Does NFL play on Black Friday? The Bears versus the Eagles.
Okay.
Philadelphia been getting a lot of prime time. I guess they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they the Super Bowl champs.
They get rewarded for it.
Yep. Yeah.
But I ain't mad at them. Ain't mad at all at that.
Oh.
So it's 5-5. Ravens. We back even. Let's just try to get a dub, man.
Yeah.
Let's keep going. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this boy up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a little, I don't know, tired. I don't know if I'm tired or what the deal is.
Well,
My schedule switching up.
yeah, you're a busy man, and
Basketball season has started.
yeah, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, made my cuts today.
Yeah. Oh, is that right?
Yeah, cut day trials are over.
Okay.
Get down to the nitty gritty tomorrow.
So you had to tell them that they got cut?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad you made it safely,
Yeah.
No, man, that could be rough.
Yeah, wasn't no damage to my car when I went out.
Yeah, they be waiting on the parking lot for you.
Yeah. But I gave them an opportunity to kind of stay a part of the team.
Okay.
In a different capacity.
Yeah.
Both of them kind of took me up on the offer, so
Okay, good.
maybe they can hang around and still have an opportunity to learn something.
Yeah, that's good.
And it was kind of we got a couple kids that was kind of on the fringes. So just to figure out who them last couple spots was going to go to was a little tough. But that part is over. So now, it's just off to the grind now. Now we practicing and trying to see who can play and who I can put where, and you know what 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 the prospects for the season is going to be. My goal is always to get them prepared for the next, for the varsity team. So I'm just hopeful that we get some good effort this year,
Mhm.
and we see how it go. See how it goes. So from now till March, or now till at least the mid February for me, for the JV team. We go into February, so gonna be interesting the next couple months, the winter months. You know, got dealing with the weather and all this other foolishness that we got to deal with during this time of year. So, any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
Well, I mean, I'm excited. I'm just excited about the Ravens and for this franchise to continue to win ball games and solidify that playoff spot and then it's a brand new season. So just interested. And again, my big hope is that Lamar Jackson, become fully healthy because I know with number 8 on the field and being fully healthy, we got to anybody.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. So that's where we at. Ravens get the dub this week. Next week, well, Sunday, we get to see the Jets come to town. Tyrod Taylor coming in, former Raven. Brandon Stevens. You know, let's pick on him. Let's pick on him Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, let's welcome him back home.
Yes.
Let's give him a good welcome home. Let's see Lamar with a Jackson 5. I need to feel good this week.
Yeah, that'd be nice. And I'm not sure if those offensive linemen still on that team. I think Morgan Moses and I don't know who else might have went there,
Mhm.
but it could be another Raven or two on that team, ex-Raven.
Yeah. Well, we'll see him Sunday.
Yes, we will.
We'll see him Sunday, and when we come back here next Tuesday, we hope we're doing our victory dance, taking that victory lap.
Yeah.
You know, uh, Getting ready for Turkey Day and the big game on Thanksgiving evening. And we may do a show Friday. Good. I'm going to say Good Friday. Black Friday, as they call it for you shoppers.
It'll be a good Friday after we beat the Jets and the Bengals.
Yeah, yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. So we may have a Turkey Day uh turkey no, it wouldn't be Turkey Day Eve, it would be a Turkey Day post Turkey Day
Yeah.
show on
Right.
Friday.
And it used to be fun sitting back on Black Friday watching on the news of all them fools busting through doors and tackling each other trying to get that one TV back there and
Right,
Walmart and stuff.
right.
I don't know if they do that anymore, dude. I mean, I miss that.
Yeah, you don't see that too much no more.
Yeah.
You don't see the stampede too much no more.
Oh
Cause
man.
they got people shopping on Thanksgiving now.
Right.
The
So
stores be opening up like 5 o'clock in the evening on Thanksgiving. Some of them just be open all day.
money, man. Money, money, money.
Yeah. So they took the excitement out of Black Friday for people. We used to get up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Standing in line.
We stand out there line cold, freezing.
Freezing, man. Trying to get
To
that
get that
television.
VCR.
Right.
You know, out there getting VCRs and
Right.
damn big box, big back TVs and stuff.
Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah. Right.
All day and they're stompeding each other,
Mm. Coming to
running
blow.
over people, caught fighting in the store, fighting.
Right. Walmart, Target employees getting stampeded. Doors being knocked off the head. Man,
Uh,
I missed that. Not that I participated, but I like watching it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, everybody like a good need to be entertained in some kind of way.
Matter of fact, man, I might have to Google some of that old footage. I'm sure there's plenty of it.
Yeah, always plenty of it out there.
Got to be plenty.
Yeah, there's plenty of it out there. Yeah. So, well, okay, wait a minute. The Orioles have traded Grayson Rodriguez
What?
and have received outfielder Tyler Ward
Hmm.
from the California Angels. They're not the California Angels no more, are
They Los Angeles Angels.
they?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they the Los Angeles Angels.
Yeah, they gonna always be the California Angels to me.
Right.
Well,
Right.
I don't know much about Taylor Ward.
Well, we gonna have to get Cheese to comment on that for us.
Yeah. Well, all right. I'm looking at some of the comments. He hits home runs, so he have a little pop in his bat. Whoever he is.
Wow. So they giving up on Grayson.
Yep. Grayson is gone,
Wow.
and I like Grayson. Grayson couldn't stay healthy,
Right.
but I liked him when he was healthy. He was good.
Yeah.
What they say when he was well, he was swell when he was well.
Well. Right.
You know, so yeah, so they trade. I just that's like a couple minutes. This is on the Orioles page. The Orioles have just announced it
Wow.
9 minutes ago. So this is hot off the presses.
Wow.
Grayson Rodriguez is no longer an Oriole. He has been traded to the California Angels.
That's shocking. That's
Yeah,
shocking, man.
yeah. So I mean, and you know, we know the Orioles need to make some moves.
Yeah.
You know, they need a frontline starting pitcher for sure.
And apparently they didn't think he was the answer.
Yeah, Grayson wasn't the answer. So they definitely need a frontline pitcher, and you know, you can always use another batter too. You know. So we gonna see, man. You know, we're gonna see this that time of year for baseball, you know. The winter meetings are coming up. A lot of wheeling and dealing goes on at the winter meetings. You know, I think the owners' meetings, I think they're two separate things, but you know, spring training be starting in February.
Right.
You know, I've already seen countdowns to spring training,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, so it won't be long. It won't be long at all.
The Orioles need to really, really do something. They need to bounce back from that terrible season that they just had. There was really high expectations
Mhm.
coming into the season, so they need to do something for this season for sure. So maybe this is the beginning of some moves that that they're going to be making to help solidify that team.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go O's. You know, I'm always in Baltimore mode with my hats and stuff. You know, I'm Orioles always.
Mhm.
You know, so let's go O's, man. I just need to see them because you know we were on the right path. You know, a couple years ago with the young guys, man. They got to the playoffs and ran into that Texas, the eventual World Series champion that year, the Texas
Right.
Rangers,
Right.
and we just couldn't get the offense during that series. But you know, we got the young Gunnar Henderson. Gunnar Henderson just got married too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I just saw that he got married over the weekend.
Okay.
So congratulations to Gunnar. You know,
Way to
but
go.
I'm excited, man. You know, just with the young. I like Gunnar. You know, I like Gunnar. Gunnar is, you know,
He's a serious talent.
you gotta have one.
Yep.
And I'm a Gunnar fan. You know, I'm
Oh man, the guy's a superstar.
yeah, yeah, I'm a Gunnar fan. You know, I'm still salty about Manny Machado. So you know, I'm one of them guys, man. Every time I see Manny do something, I'll be like, man, come on, man.
Right.
We supposed to be on Camden Yards making them plays, man.
Right. Yeah.
He should have been a lifer.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, man, Manny, man. I mean, and Manny, what he signed for like 400 million or something crazy?
That was a crazy contract. I thought the Orioles weren't gonna match that.
No, well, the Orioles wasn't gonna
Right.
sign him, but goodness gracious,
Right.
they just it's just like at that time I thought Manny and Scope would have
Yeah.
been like the two players you build around. Once the Chris Davises and Adam Jones was a little older than them.
Right.
But he'd had a couple more years left, and even with Adam Jones, as we talk a little baseball before we wrap up, I thought they pulled the plug a little too soon on Adam Jones.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I thought he still had some mileage left, and he wasn't playing a terrible center field. I did never understood why they would to move him out of center field.
Yeah, I think he earned with his play another season.
Yeah,
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 I think they gave up a little too soon.
yeah. So I did see where they were. I guess it was a rumor. Should they bring Cedric Mullins back?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I saw that. Yeah,
So
I wonder if that's off the table now that they brought this Ward guy in for Grayson.
right. Yeah, so I don't know, man. I say winter meetings coming up. You gonna get a lot of baseball scuttlebutt, if you will,
Yeah,
a lot of news and stuff for the baseball season. So we're gonna find out if the Orioles are serious or are they just gonna keep doing what they've been doing, this kind of bargain basement shopping. Bringing in guys after they prime and all that stuff, man. So um, come on, Oriole, and you don't have Peter Angelos to blame no more.
now I was going to say you got a new owner
You
who's
know,
supposed to be significantly deep.
yeah, yeah. So all
That's
that,
word on the street.
yeah, 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 yeah. And Cal Ripken is part of the ownership. We Baltimore fans, we love Cal. We love him to a fault. And I remember a few years back, when Peter Angelo still owned the team and Cal Ripken was one of the ones. He needed to sell the team to Cal. Cal knows how to get it together, and we need to sell the team. And well,
Yeah, yeah.
a few years ago they sold the team, and people still complaining. Still, this is just like the old stuff, This like, hey, be careful what you wish for sometimes.
Yeah, this past season was a disappointment, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
Expectations riding high, man.
Hmm.
Great time to be a Baltimore sports fan.
No doubt, no doubt. Well, go ahead and wrap this puppy up.
Hmm.
So y'all be see. Let's go Ravens on Sunday versus the Jets. Uh, we'll be back next Tuesday. Talk about another Ravens win. Hopefully. Let me not. I won't sound so arrogant. 'Cause I ain't have a whole lot to say when they was losing. So,
Right.
so, but yeah, man. We're gonna wrap this one up. We will see y'all next Tuesday, 9ish. 9ish.
That's right.
I mean? We here. We talk about another Ravens dub and other sports stuff.
Shout out to Landon.
Landon Saunders, where you at, brother? You ain't been in the comments in a couple weeks, man. But he probably hit me up first thing tomorrow morning.
He must be somewhere booed up, man.
You know what? You might be on to it.
Yeah, yeah.
You might be on to it. I might have, look. I should call him now while we on the air. I ain't gonna do that.
Right.
I ain't gonna do it. All right, man. We out of here. Y'all have a good week, good weekend. Go Ravens. Go Orioles. Make some deals.
Yeah.
And go everybody.
That's it.
That's it. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.